Let's talk about some aliens.
Some fear.
Honestly speaking, this is a good segue because only an alien could have recorded that and thought that, you know what? I'm going to come out looking good in this. Like, he obviously didn't understand the social concept.
This is how humans interact with one another.
This is how humans... I've always heard somebody starts yelling, you pull out your phone.
So... The Pentagon, so I can read this properly. Pentagon confirms pyramid-shaped UFO video footage is authentic. And we got the footage right here, and we're going to watch it real quick.
I find it interesting that the Pentagon was just like, you know what? Let's just stop lying this year.
Dude, they've released a lot of clips, dude. It's the past 2 years, bro.
Like, yeah, you know what? Oh, my goodness.
Look at that thing.
It's kind of cool.
Oh, it's cool, but also freaking terrifying.
I would give up my life if I saw something like that in person.
The weird thing about it too is that like so it is a UFO but it's also a UFO by technicality because they don't know if that's like a man-made object or if that's something just wild.
It's a UAP.
Space.
They just said that the footage of the UAP is authentic. We don't know if the actual UAP is of alien origin or not. We just know that.
What does that mean? Unknown airborne.
But if the footage is authenticated, what do we have that can move like that? A kite? That's the only thing I've ever seen move like that. A kite.
I think that's why they're scared though, because it's just like, is that an enemy fucking nation or is that an enemy?
And then the fact that it's pyramid shaped, dude, we got a lot of research to do on ourselves, man. Man, like I've always said, my biggest fear is these aliens go straight from space into our water. And then we're really just like, what have we been doing?
Like they got a base down there?
Like they got bases
it makes
underwater.
Sense to me, though. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Like they have bases underwater just in places that
it would be a little terrifying because
a little.
It would. Yeah. What's that one?
Try bumping that up a little bit.
Because I mean, like me personally, if they're in the water, like
it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Like what would I be scared for? It's already over. Like what am I gonna waste this energy like freaking out for? Like it's done.
Let me explain this to you. This is where I stand with aliens. If they exist, I will scoop my eyes out of my head because I sincerely do not want to. So it's like, I don't want to see them.
Maybe that's my fucked up part. I at least want to see.
I don't want to see them.
I at least want to see.
That's so. When you're saying why the fear, I don't want any interaction. That's why, Gene.
John's gonna do it and be like, John, they're beautiful women.
Nope, that's it. That's it.
I don't even know if John would do that either. John's not influenced by women like that.
No, for what? For what? Alien women? Oh, scoop faster.
What? Yeah.
No. Oh.
My brother actually said he's down. I was like, what?
Fuck you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
For alien women?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want some tail? Yeah. Literally.
Dude, no.
Oh. What if they're not primate descendants and they're insect like what
instead of humanoid, they're insectoid or whatever it is.
Like ooh.
So Starship Troopers have become a real thing. Gotta fight the bugs.
I mean, if their skin's just a different color, then I'd probably think about it. But like,
can't do it. I can't do
it.
It's
like really, really different.
If I find out them bitches got 7 toes, it's too much. You hear me? It's too much. I'm trying to tell you. I barely like the bitches on this earth. Like, oh my God, what do they got telekinetic?
I
ain't no telling what's gonna happen. What is their climax? How do I know teeth don't pop out?
Oh,
like y'all boys playing with fire. Okay, I'm gonna keep my eyes. No, never mind. I need to see this.
For example, cats. Male cat penises
with the spiky dicks
are spiked.
Oh, them motherfuckers be in pain.
I would ask that question probably.
That's why they go in heat.
Doc.
That's why they go in heat like that because they have to. Yeah, Doc, go for it. Speak.
No, Doc, speak. I think his mic.
I would ask like. I don't know. I would ask about the biology of like that whole situation before going into it. But like, okay, so
Doc, you're going down a rabbit hole, bro. Fake.
If they're like Mystique from,
I'm glad I brought this up.
Like, would you give it some thought there? Because I'd probably be like,
I would not fuck Mystique, dude. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No.
The blue, you would.
Mystique.
While she's in her Mystique form, no, I'm sorry.
No, I wouldn't even fuck her out the form, Gene. She has.
You're not wrong.
She has scales.
She has to deceive
her
me.
body.
I don't know, maybe, but if I know, you're right. I couldn't do it.
On her body.
No, you're right.
Flip.
Yes.
When she changes.
Yes.
The scales move.
Yeah.
As if a tidal wave was on her body.
No, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
You like fucking chameleons?
Doc, do you have a fetish we haven't talked about?
I don't know if it's a fetish.
What if they're
but
lizard people?
Like,
would you fuck a lizard woman?
I'm gonna treat the
Where's
situation
the limit?
individually. So I won't know until I get there.
You know what? Our
for
playthrough in Divinity makes more sense now.
Yeah, that is true.
Is that why I'm the only one that in our video game married an
With a
alien
child?
race?
And had a dragon childling, a dragonling.
I was the only one who was like, yeah, I'll go after the lizard girl.
Yeah, I'd hit it.
We got off track real hard.
I mean, we're talking about aliens, dude, but I do think it's interesting that they're shaped like pyramids. I do think we should look at.
I think we might see aliens in our lifetime.
I do think that too, and I also think I don't know. I think, like I said, whatever ship we see, we need to analyze the shape of the ship and see the shapes that we have existing on Earth.
Power shapes, bro.
It's not a triangle. Well,
we
you
have
could argue
pyramids.
they're triangles. The pyramid, but I mean aircraft.
And the pyramids don't make sense. Still, till today, we don't understand how they did what they did. So it's just like weird to me that it would be shaped like a pyramid. Is that an effective way to see, like, okay, if you've been here before, is that where you landed? Like, is that what influence, if any? Like, I immediately, if I see aliens coming here and they're coming back and forth and they're like not interacting with us, what influence have you had on our like, I need to know. That's what I'm trying to hunt for. What influences have we skipped over and things that we didn't understand why they're this way?
I mean, we can go really, really deep. Just jump into it and go to the Christianity with Jesus.
100%.
There's some drawings that
Aliens.
depict,
100%.
a flying ship in the sky and then them doing a beam into Mary,
And
and it looks like an alien.
The first battle, I believe, that was depicted was a hand carved German something, and it was BC, and it actually showed a great battle, and UFOs were involved in the battle, and it looked like angels coming from the UFOs, and it wiped the whole town clear. And I think it's the oldest piece of carved art. Well, the first battle I know that's ever been depicted. It's crazy, like, yeah, dude. But hey, man, I'm cool with some of this ignorance, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So this is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So let's keep it down. So I recently rewatched Avatar, and when they went to Pandora, they actually created the Na'vi avatars, right? And they projected their personality or whatever, or not personality, their consciousness, I guess, whatever, into the Na'vi avatar.
True.
What makes you think aliens can't do that now? Like, instead of actually physically interacting with us, they just
Project.
well, not
In
even
another
I know what you're trying to
sense,
say,
yeah.
but not project, but cultivate. Not well, cultivate, but that's not the word I'm trying to look for. It's the lab where they
Harvest.
inseminate, kind of harvest, I guess, like their own little human,
yeah.
and then they have the technology to put their consciousness or their whatever into that thing. It's like, okay, we're as aliens interacting with humans as humans
Do you
through
know
an
why
avatar.
I would 100%
What makes you think
agree?
what makes you think they can't do that? Like,
But you know why I 100% agree with you? Like, that being a possibility? I can only speak for me. Being a human seems like the most... I feel like a one-man spaceship, craft. Like, being human is like, you're a guy, you have limbs and all this shit, but you feel like there's like a small person running your fucking body. Like, at all times. That's how I sincerely feel. Like, other than my consciousness, what am I sincerely
I'm fighting my
attached
body
to?
for control.
And then if you look at the human body, its makeup, it's almost so goddamn mechanical. Like,
Very.
the brain, the heart, you just need this, you need this, you need this. I don't
Some
see
engineering
a reason
to
why.
it.
Exactly. I don't see a reason why it couldn't, especially the way our brains are made. Like just how it's connected. Like, everything just seems like you could download some shit into us. I'm not gonna lie to you. Seems like if you made the right plug,
Or
plug
upload
is
some
fucking
shit.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I agree. But also, nothing matters. All of this proves nothing matters, Gene. Even the shit we were talking about, racism don't matter. Nigga, fuck niggas. Gene, I said it. Fuck niggas. Why? Because aliens exist, Gene. None of this shit matters. The president don't matter. Nobody matters. What matters is, if these motherfuckers come and decide to talk to us, please don't pick Elon Musk. Please do not pick Elon Musk to represent us.
Then who?
Because that's how it's going to end up. Because this nigga be popping his shit on Twitter, and I know the aliens done seen it, and like, seems like an interesting guy.
Man,
no.
Everyone's been popping it on Twitter. Everyone's got something deep within the vault of Twitter.
Please don't let it be Elon Musk. Please don't let it be Elon Musk.
Speaking of like aliens and stuff like that, like I've read a lot of like sci-fi books, and in the sci-fi books they do like the whole hive mind stuff. If Twitter is a fucking glimpse into
God
the hive mind, I don't want it, dude.
God forbid the alien species.
Right.
Has a hive
I don't
mind.
need to be connected to everybody like that. Like fuck that shit.
Here, to piggyback off that thought, honestly, and this is kind of sidetracking a little bit off the alien topic, is I really feel like right now in our society or in the world, right now we're having a huge clash between I don't want to say a hive mind mentality, but like a community mentality against an individual mentality. I feel like that's honestly the root of it. People who have an individual mindset, like it's all about the individual. If you pick yourself up by your bootstraps or whatever the blah, blah, blah is, you can do this. And the other side of the argument is, no, together this, together that, together this for the better of the
But
people
no.
kind of thing.
To add to what you're saying, the togetherness is, so I've always had this theory that what we actually lack is compassion and well, I guess just general understanding. So really what it is the togetherness is not real. It's I want you guys to come together to show me compassion is the actual sentiment. There's no like
Or come together under my banner.
yeah, there's no real unity for anything, but it's come together for my cause, whatever I believe my cause to be. So I just don't see, but it's not, I said compassion, consideration, boom. And I don't think we'll really ever really show each other real consideration. I don't see how we move to a point where we show each other genuine consideration. It seems like people are trying to learn, but you don't learn on yourself. Don't say, any guy who's like, you know what, we all deserve this, but let's start with me. It's a hard conversation. It's a weird conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like real consideration will only come if maybe aliens pop their shit. Maybe it's time. Maybe they see all the shit we're going through morally, socially, or whatever, and they're like, you know, let's just shoot a couple guns at them, and you know what I'm saying?
Let's give them a different enemy other themselves.
We ain't goddamn skedaddle.
Let's be honest. If they reveal themselves, there are going to be some of us that actually want to fight them.
We should already be panicking. This ain't the first time we've had this conversation or the second time we've had this conversation on this goddamn podcast.
About some kind of footage. This is a different footage that they've released.
Yet, tomorrow comes. I go to work.
Forget.
I order
we don't
grits,
forget, but we just
order
don't acknowledge
shrimp and grits in the morning. I try and get a
eggs.
smoothie, and I go log in and work from my fucking computer as if the day before.
We didn't talk about aliens.
Now what? Now who's really tripping?
Because we are the men in black.
No, now it makes me question. No, but it makes me question.
Galaxy Defender.
It makes me question our government, and it makes me question our government. It makes me think they have shit in place for this already.
Or
they have to
the government thing. What if that the
if not, this would be a big deal.
To the movie of Jupiter Ascending, what if that might be an element of what's going on? The Earth is really just a farm. And we are the cattle.
But who are the shepherders? The shepherds?
Obviously, whoever's in charge.
That's what I'm saying. But even amongst the cows, the cattle, us, we would have to. The higher up cattle, the higher up cattle.
There's a sheep dog.
There would have to be a point where they panicked because our government is. Look, if aliens exist for real, our government, the first time they really found out, they panicked. Why? Because it's the thing to do, Gene. It's fucking aliens. And the fact that they're just like casually like, oh yeah, you know.
I agree they would panic, but do you think it'd be a public panic or a private panic?
No, it'd be a private panic, but there'd be enough ripples. The ripples from Roswell are still here. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, so like this just being news on, I remember the first time Anderson Cooper announced it, the first, the Navy that they said, yeah, UFOs and all this shit exists. He ended it. He was like, "Okay, I guess I'll go to the next topic." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like y'all didn't hear me just say,
like y'all just heard me say aliens, and now I'm finna y'all no commercial. No, I'm just gonna go to the next topic. And I seen it in him. Like, okay, I guess I should just fall in line. And why is that? Why is it that that's the feeling? We can talk about this and then continue. Why? Why? It's not normal.
They're trying to normalize it though.
Exactly.
No, I completely
and I
agree.
refuse. I will always panic when we talk about this because somebody has to do it.
I don't even know if that's the right reaction or not.
Nope. But I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna stick to it.
Because we don't know if they're coming to be peaceful, or if they're coming for.
Yeah, so we should panic. We should invent as much shit as we can out of panic. 100%. I'm 100%. They say panic can never help. Oh, they have never dealt with aliens.
John, bro, you're
Panic.
that guy in the Godzilla movies that's like, we gotta kill him.
Yeah.
We gotta get rid of him.
Get him out of here. We got to get him out of here. Because at any given moment.
This is debatable. We're actually talking about this. We're not actually doing something, and that something is not killing it.
Is there a way we can put a force field around Earth?
No.
That's what we need to be working on. That's the type of panic I want to hear from my government.
Laser shields up.
That's
might
what
be it,
Elon
man.
Musk
They
needs
might
to
just
be in
be
charge of.
What are you saying, Doc?
I think there might be like higher ups like who are like, all right, we know they exist. We know if we make these moves, we're fucked.
Exactly.
So we're gonna make these small moves that they hopefully don't see.
Somebody.
They
What I'm saying-
hopefully don't see.
What I'm saying is, we have the U.S. government has a contingency plan for a zombie apocalypse. That is a fact. What I just told you. That is a fact. So you think?
They don't have a contingency plan for aliens?
There's people whose whole job it is to deal with this.
The problem is an alien apocalypse is more plausible when it comes to making a plan for and actually preventing or fighting against. Aliens, like...
That's what I said.
It
There's somebody with a
depends on,
job.
like, the alien.
Yeah,
There's somebody with a
depends.
job.
Are they carbon-based like us?
See, Gene, I'm telling you, we have somebody who's getting paid for this shit. We have somebody. If somebody can get paid to make a plan for zombies, there's somebody getting paid. Maybe he's the fucking dude releasing the footage to
Because
keep his job going.
I forgot what
don't
it's
know.
called, but they referenced if an alien invasion and it was hostile actually decided to go against
is
Earth. I
over,
forgot what the
first off.
theory. I forgot what the actual theory, like the strategy, would be called. But they referenced it in a movie. I forgot what the movie is called, also. But there's different waves.
Mm-hmm.
The first wave would be some kind of electromagnetic pulse, like they completely wipe out
Our
our
power.
technology
Mhm.
and our power, like take us immediately back to the Stone Ages kind of thing. And the second wave they would manipulate our weather, cause a bunch of natural disasters, tornadoes, tsunamis, hurricanes, just wipe us out that way. And then the third wave is some level of, the term that comes to mind is like guerrilla warfare, whereas they send like mini soldiers to cause panic amongst the people that survived, and then they trick the kids pretty much kind of thing, like to kill, like they pretty much trick us to kill each other. And then once we've dwindled our numbers down, then they're like, okay, now we're coming down.
The coolest.
But all that
And
was,
you know what's funny about everything he just said? A human thought of it, and compared to an alien that might be stupid because they could just do it all in one fucking goddamn snap of a finger.
well,
Like,
the question is what the point? Because I'm assuming if they're coming to Earth, is it for us or is it for the resources on the Earth?
You would
don't
have
know.
to, yeah, you
that's why
wouldn't
we should
really know.
panic.
And then those waves are if the goal is for some kind of resource on Earth, the best way to
take us out.
The best way to take us out without destroying the resources is
Yeah.
apparently
that's the best
allegedly
way
those
we can
waves.
think of.
Fair.
That's my problem.
Well, the
Panic.
coolest way I've ever heard was in this one book. So what they do is they essentially unfold a proton, not a proton. They unfold an electron, and then they expand it through dimensions. So essentially, if you take an electron, you unfold it, and then you take it from the third dimension to the fourth and the fifth. You make it bigger, and then once you make it bigger, you can put a motherboard onto it. And then you can recollapse it, and then you have a fucking electron that does whatever you tell it to do. And so what they do is they take those electrons, they fire them at the Earth. And then when human scientists are running basically the giant gravitational thing that we have, that giant like cylinder, you know what I'm talking about?
Scope?
The graviton, or I can't remember what it's called. But essentially, like, we shoot electrons in it as fast as possible, and we try to get readouts and try to get closer to breaking the speed of light, so we can develop space travel. So they essentially send those electrons, and those electrons fuck with our readouts so that we never get physics that makes sense, and they essentially lock us at our current state in technology, and then they just fucking start sailing towards us because they know that they're already so far advanced, and we'll never be able to get past that because we'll never get proper information and proper data to actually grow technologically, so they just like show up.
And then you
And
know
they're
what
just
that
like-
becomes? You know what
They're
that
just like
becomes?
completely fucking disabled,
You know what
bro.
that becomes? Every civilization is basically based on how much technology can you amass before you get found by another.
Yeah, that's kind of actually part of the book too, because when they go to like ship to planet, they're like, all right, it's gonna take 2,000 years to get there. In 2,000 years, they'll be ready. So we lock them down now. Then when we get there, we just fucking walk in and we take it. And I was like, that's kind of a cool way to do it. I'm not gonna lie though, like just lock them
Clever.
down. Yeah.
Maniacal too.
Depending on what these aliens do when they touch down, I'm not above giving up my faith. Being dead ass right now.
Depending on what they
above it.
tell you.
Yeah, honestly speaking, because
I think that's the big problem for a lot of people though, because essentially, like, depending on what they tell other people, I mean, everything that you think you know could change.
Oh, I'll stay alive. I need one deal. I will become one of y'all slave drivers.
This guy.
If you let us into the Vatican, I want to know what these motherfuckers was hiding. The alien shit is bigger. Yes, I agree. But for me, as a small man, human guy,
at least reveal those books they got locked up.
y'all want to know some shit? Y'all want to know some shit? I'll read them to you.
Please.
Just teach me Latin first. I'm sure they can. Like, I'm sure communication. I don't want to start. Anyway. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching a clip of Fake Deep Thinking. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe, like the clip, leave a comment, and check out our page for more content. Full episodes of Fake Deep Thinking are released every Friday on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Check it out.